Gotta say, it's fantastic.
Say that again?
It's fantastic.
Yes, it is. Guys, I got it. Ready?
Yeah.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. We are in the official dog days of summer, and you are listening to another episode of the M&K Productions Podcast. I'm your host, Mac, joined here as usual by my co-host with the most, my best friend, my dog whisperer best friend.
My dog whisperer.
The Jersey girl herself, Kristen, aka Miss Flamingo. What's going on, Kristen?
Welcome back from vacation. How you doing, Mac? I'm sure you got well rested, did some fun stuff. I'm excited to hear about it, but how you doing?
I'm doing good, and that you are right, because we took a sabbatical. I did. I announced it in our last episode with Superman, with our good friend David from Flickstock. I was in Myrtle Beach this past week, and the first week of August, and it was, well refreshed. This is my first vacation, like actual vacation in 2 years, and it felt good. I got to go to the beach 3 times, spent a lot of hours there, went to the flea market, did an escape room with my family. It was a cannibal, like we were FBI agents that got caught in like a saw trap for a cannibal, and we escaped with like 1 minute and 42 seconds left, which was pretty cool. And yeah,
Did
it was
Anthony
fun.
Hopkins show up?
It was not Anthony Hopkins, no. I wish it did. I was thinking more of like Buffalo Bill. But it was fun. It was fun. We escaped. Ate some great food. Got some good sun. The weather wasn't too bad at all. Like when you're down south, you get the rain that kind of comes in with the territorial, when it comes like really, really hard for like a couple hours and it stops. It was fun. Went out with my cousin, went drinking, had some, like I said, mentioned some good food. The one thing I didn't get to do is that I wanted to take him to go see Weapons.
Yes.
But we could have fit that in the cars, but I did watch a movie. If you saw on my channel, I watched Amazon Prime's War of the Worlds. And
a lot of people have been dog pooping on it.
You could say it's been just absolutely curb stomped through everything. It was so bad that I did something that I've never done before. I didn't write a review. I went straight outside from where I was staying at, and I recorded a 3-minute impromptu review on YouTube and put it on Instagram. This is like the first ever film review I didn't write.
That's like our friend James.
James. Yeah, it felt weird, but it felt good because I had just watched it, and it came off the cuff. It did well, and I broke I'm over 900 subscribers. I'm sitting at 907 right now, so we are on the road to 1,000. I can't wait. But yeah, that was my vacation. I am back, recentered. I'm ready to get back into podcasting. I'm really excited because this episode is really going to be fun. But before we get into the episode, Kristen, you did something as well too. What you did something like
while you were on,
yeah.
Yes, while you were on vacation, I lived the most millennial dream ever, and that was seeing the Jonas Brothers. This is my second time, y'all, seeing them in concert, and seeing them a second time in concert was just pure magic. I mean, like seeing the Jonas Brothers and growing up like as a millennial, this is like a thing to do now, because most of us at this age have money, have a job, have their stuff going on, don't have to worry about, their parents paying for their ticket at the time when they were 12. But now we have adult money. We can do whatever we want.
We're still broke, but it's okay.
Yeah, we're still broke, but that's okay. But I had the best time ever. I went to go see them opening night at MetLife Stadium. So greetings from your hometown as they released their new album. If you haven't listened to it yet, it's a wonderful album. A lot of good tracks on it. I really like Tables, Love Me to Heaven. I love Greetings from Your Hometown, which features Switchfoot. So a lot of really, really good songs. I recommend it. And seeing them in concert was just a whole nother level. So yes, I saw it with my sister, and we had a great time. And it was a blast. First, we went to American Dream, which is like the mall that's like big in Jersey. And I'd never been to it. And it was like the most insane mall I've ever been to. And it was a lot of fun because the boys did like not like a meet and greet, but like an Q&A album thing where they talked about it, like, making the album.
Yeah.
So my sister and I went super early. We were like right in the front, but we had to wait like 5 hours of standing around.
Jesus Christ.
I know I've never done anything like that before. I have never done it. Like, but if you all do that, that's great. I just realized I can't do that. I realized this was like a first time and only time deal. I was like, I can't do this again. My body cannot handle it. And mentally I cannot handle it. Like, it was a lot. But we saw them, we saw them give the brief Q&A, and then after that, my sister and I grabbed some dinner. Then we headed over to the show that was filled with surprises from Switchfoot, who came out, because they have 2 songs that they did with the Jonas Brothers. They did like Beautiful Letdown, which is also a Switchfoot song, but then they re-recorded it years later with the Jonas Brothers. And then Jesse McCartney came out, and that
Jesus,
I
that's a
lost
fucking throwback.
my
That's a millennial throwback right there.
I lost my marbles, Mac. I thought I was gonna cry. Because I never seen Jesse McCartney in concert. Always wanted to. So seeing he came out, and he brought on the Jonas Brothers when he was doing shows.
I remember that.
Seeing him, like, be part of this Jonas Brothers memory like lane, like, it was insane. It was like going down the yellow brick road of like memory lanes and like thinking back to like Disney Channel and stuff. And then of course Dean Lewis came out, because he's also part of the Jonas Brothers' new album. He wrote a song with them. And then the biggest thing of all is Demi Lovato came out and did Camp Rock songs.
And it's good timing because they just announced that, or it's rumored that they're going to do a Camp Rock 3.
Yeah. And I saw somebody post about this on Instagram, and supposedly there's a short break in September from the tour that they're going on between September and October. I don't know if this is real. I don't know. I just saw this as a post. Believe it if you want, but I don't know if I'm going to believe it or not. But there is the short time that they're recording for this is supposed to take place, in September through October. So maybe that they could be filming them. I don't know. The Jonas Brothers do have a Christmas movie that is coming out on Disney Plus. Mac, I think we should review it. I think it would be a lot of fun to go down, you and I, memory lane of Disney Channel vibes.
I was thinking I would love to do an episode about Disney Channel original movies.
So we could do a Disney Channel original movies, but the boys have a brand new Christmas movie that is going to come out this year. And it was a great, great time. I will definitely see him again. I've always been a Jonas Brothers fan. Love all their individual projects. Thought they're so talented. And yeah, I was thrilled to go see them again. I was supposed to go see them actually in Philly, but they had to cancel their show. So their Philly show got moved back to Jersey, but in Camden. But then my sister and I were like, let's see if we can try to get tickets for the opening night. And thank God we did, because I think it was one of the best shows that we've ever seen. And, knowing that if we didn't get the tickets to see like the opening night with all the acts, all the crazy openers and, all that stuff, it was cool. So, and seeing All American Rejects is a whole nother level too, because they opened for the Jonas Brothers. And actually, I want to go back for a second. Some girls were like very confused about Tyson Ritter, and Tyson Ritter is the frontman for All American Rejects. He's also an actor, and if you remember, Mac, he was in Johnny and Clyde from the movie that we got to.
Oh yeah, that movie.
For Tom DiNucci. Yes, his film. He worked with Tyson in that film, so I was like, I was kind of expecting this behavior on stage. Like he's very different on stage, and I was like, yeah, he's an actor. He's very theatrical in the way he was saying stuff. Maybe theatrical is not the word, but it was very different. And everyone's like, wow, this is like so weird. I was like, yeah, I was kind of expecting that from Tyson. Yeah. Did you know he has an OnlyFans?
Why am I not surprised?
Yeah. So yeah, but yeah, that was just one thing. I remember that was being announced when like All American Rejects are actually making like the biggest comeback that I'm seeing. So it's kind of cool to see them open for the Jonas Brothers. So yeah, but that was my time with the Jonas Brothers. It was a lot of fun. Glad to see it with my sister for the second time. And yeah, hopefully I can see him again at another show.
And you watched the new movie too. In the meantime, what'd you watch?
I watched a couple new movies. So I watched, let's see. Well, besides, rewatching Camp Rock, I did get to rewatch Camp Rock. I saw, hold on one second. I saw a couple movies. I'm going to take out my good old list.
I was going to say, what's the big movie that just came out that you saw?
Well, hold on. I'm going to get there. I saw Together, which is the
Dave Franco
Allison Brie and Dave Franco
yeah.
movie that has been having some trouble with some lawsuits. I saw a really cute movie called Guacamole Yesterdays. Shout out to that film. They acknowledged my review. And also I saw Scarlett Johansson's new film, My Mother's Wedding. But the biggest movie I saw was Weapons.
Yeah, the movie that Jordan Peele, I know, is probably punching a wall that he couldn't get the producer credits for.
Yep. He's very angry about
I watched
the whole thing.
I watched your review of it, and this movie is taken off. It is becoming a hit. It's actually, I'm looking at Screen Rant right now. According to the box office report, this opening weekend, this past weekend, it's made $54.4 million.
Yeah, it's going well. It's going well. It's going well. And I loved it. I'm happy to see audiences are enjoying it. And it came from a very good director, and it has a great cast. And it's funny because Pedro Pascal was supposed to start
be in it, yeah.
Yeah, and it would have been a fourth film Pedro would have started. And not knowing that it was a Pedro summer, it would have been a really major Pedro summer. So, but yeah, it's a crazy good time. One of my favorites. It's already in my top 5 of the year.
I will ask you this because I have not seen Weapons yet. There is the debate of which one's the better horror movie, Sinners or Weapons?
Ooh, well, Sinners, I think Sinners is the better film. The overall, like as a final package that I would watch both again in a heartbeat.
Mm-hmm.
And I almost did go see it a second time. But Sinners is the perfect film package you can get. And that goes for everything that I believe in film for. Not saying that, Weapons does the same thing. It has all the stuff that I look for in a film. But I think in terms of, final presentation, and I think a film that everybody universally that can love it would be Sinners. And I think most people have said Sinners is the better film from what I've seen from at least on the TikTok side of things. But people on TikTok I've been seeing either love it or they're like, no, there's some stuff I want to point out. But I think it's a wonderfully, Weapons is a wonderfully put together film. I think Zach is the director right now. He's becoming a modern horror director that I think more audiences are really going to enjoy, kind of like Robert Eggers and Jordan Peele.
And guess what film he's doing next?
What is he doing next?
Resident Evil.
Yeah, I think Dylan is very excited about it. My husband and his friends are big Resident Evil fans, so I'm hoping
it
comes out good.
He's puffing his chest out. He's saying it's not going to be based on any of the games. It's going to be original characters. So, you got a low bar to clear because the best Resident Evil movie we've gotten is Raccoon City, and that's not saying much. That's the 2022 Robbie Amell one that came out. So, we'll see. But
did you see that Weapons is supposedly like a sequel to Barbarian?
Really?
Yeah, there's some interesting things. I won't go into detail too much because I don't want to spoil it for you because I know
have to
you
go
really
back and
want to see it.
I probably wanted to go back and rewatch Barbarian before I see Weapons.
Yeah, Dylan didn't see Barbarian before we saw Weapons because I was like, let's just go into it blind and see what happens. And there was somebody who published a theory, and I thought it was a very good theory. I actually really liked what they had to say about it. I can't remember the creator at the moment. I wish I had it because I saved it on my phone. But it was a really good thing. It was about like somebody calling, it was Benedict Wong's character who plays the principal in Weapons. He was calling the character in Barbarian. So I'm just going to leave it like that.
Thanks for the spoiler. I don't want to know that part.
All right. Well, cut that out. Cut that out. Cut that out. Cut that out. Cut that out.
I can't cut it out from my brain. Thank you.
Sorry.
Oh my God.
But it's not that deep. It's only like, it's not a person. They don't show up. It's like a little screenshot, but I'm not
Okay,
gonna reveal anything else.
that's fine. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, nobody else that I will reveal who shows up, but
Okay,
you know,
thank
there
you.
are Easter eggs from
And
Barbarian and
maybe
from
maybe he's
people
making the
who have worked with him.
maybe he's making a Krieger horror universe.
He could, but I think there's like a lot of eggs to Easter eggs too that acknowledge the whitest kids you know.
I was gonna say, someone posted the clip. My favorite bit from that show was the Abraham Lincoln one. He's like, "Now you fucked up. Now you fucked up. Now you fucked up." And it's like Jordan Peele in the crowd and like Zach Krieger as Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah.
Oh god,
Oh,
I miss that show so much. That's crazy. Two comedians have gone on to become great horror directors. If I had two nickels for that, I'd have two nickels. It's not a lot, but it's just weird it's happened twice.
I knew you were gonna say that. I knew that's
I messed it
little
up to say, but it's okay. But
the
and
Phineas and Ferb line.
yeah. But it's crazy. The next movie that's actually because Jordan Peele's movie is supposed to come out next year, but he's producing that new movie in October.
No, September.
September,
Yes, September. Him.
which
Yeah.
it could be a hit. I'm curious.
I think it looks pretty good. I'm curious about it.
I feel like I know how it's gonna go, and I think that them adding Jordan Peele, like people, I've already seen people like, oh, it's a Jordan Peele movie. I was like, no, it's not. He's just a producer. And I was like, oh, that's how
Yeah.
they're getting people to this movie in. I don't know. I'm curious to see how Marlon Wayans does in a role because I haven't seen him in a serious role in forever.
That's the selling point for me for the film because Marlon Wayans is in it because it's like the first like serious role where I'm like that makes me like turn my head to be like, what are you doing, Marlon? Because like the last crazy role that I think we've all seen him in was Requiem for a Dream.
Yeah, that was almost 23 years ago.
And he's done like all the comedy stuff, all the basic stuff over and over again that either audiences like or they love. So I think this one will bring eyeballs, I think, to that to see him. Because that's the reason why I would be interested in seeing it. Not because of also Julia Fox is in it, because I think this is the craziest role I think she might be in since.
And that's saying something.
Yeah.
But,
she's been in other films, but I think this one I'm like, oh.
But and the thing is, too, it works for Marlon because they're going to be doing a new scary movie next year. So
yes.
Get your name back out there.
Yeah, that's true. That is 100% true. Yeah. Well, so hopefully, Marlon, you come back nice and strong with this film.
Yeah.
That question mark. Would you want to do that as an episode? As I asked this live on air.
Which one? Him or Scary Movie?
Him.
Yeah, I like. This is an interesting what's the word? It's just an interesting genre that we're covering. It's a sports horror movie, and I really haven't seen that before. Like I've seen sports horror movies, but they've been like, maybe like a B movie or something, but I've never seen something like kind of mainstream. So it's gonna be interesting. Oh, I'll be down to cover. I'll be interested to cover him.
Yeah, okay, so we'll keep that on the books, guys. But anyways.
Yeah, but
are we ready to talk about our main subject for today?
Yeah, so we're keeping it a light episode, get back in the groove of things. So on the next episode, we will be covering the new Fantastic Four First Steps film, the first film in the phase 6 of the MCU as we wait a year for the new Avengers movie and Spider-Man. But we decided to take a throwback and go back to the last time that the first family got adapted and how it ruined the career. And we're gonna be going over Josh Trank's 2015 Fan Four stick because I refuse to call it Fantastic Four. So let's play that TV spot and talk about Fan Four stick.
I'd like for you all to meet 4 extraordinary subjects.
You guys ready to have your minds blown? Shall I alert the fire department?
I talked to 4 of you.
Oh, there are. Fantastic Four, August 7th.
Okay, so Fan Four stick. It is known as the worst interpretation of the Fantastic Four. It's directed by Chronicle director Josh Trank. We'll get to him in a bit. It was written by Jeremy Slater, Josh Trank, and Simon Kinberg. If you don't know who Simon Kinberg is, he went on to do the X-Men, Dark Phoenix, and 355.
Oh, I thought you meant Josh Trank as in Capote.
No, not Capone. Oh, that masterpiece. But this is a reboot of the Fantastic Four, of course, and it stars Miles Teller, Michael B. Jordan, Kate Mara, Jamie Bell, and Toby Kebbell. And the film follows a group of intelligent teenagers who build a transdimensional portal, causing them to gain superhuman abilities. So, background in this movie: Fox used to own the rights to Fantastic Four. I think we all know this. Every 10 years, they had to make a movie to keep the rights, or it reverted back to Marvel. So, we had the 1994 unreleased Corman film, which I think is still the most comic accurate Fantastic Four movie. We had the 2000s ones with Chris Evans as Human Torch, Michael Chiklis as The Thing. Those generally are like fun, like wacky comic book movies, and I will still defend it to this day. And, last one came out in 2007, Rise of Silver Surfer, gave us Silver Surfer, Cloud Galactus, fun. So we didn't get a Fantastic Four movie for about like almost 8 years, and we got this one, and they wanted to look for a new direction to go with it, so they got Josh Trank, who was coming off his successful debut film Chronicle, which we should do a Chronicle episode. That's actually a really good like found footage superhero movie. But they brought him on. They hired Jeremy Slater, who knows comic books, and Josh Trank. They worked together. And this movie is more known for its behind-the-scenes troubles with clashing between Miles Teller and Josh Trank. Josh Trank being very closed off and not wanting to talk to people. The different visions from Slater, who wanted to make a comic book, and Josh Trank wanted to make it a body horror, David Cronenberg type movie. A lot of reshoots as well too. Apparently Kate Mara said this is the worst fucking movie she's worked on. A lot of fan backlash as Michael B. Jordan was cast as Johnny Storm for reasons. Dr. Doom being a crash test dummy. Then yeah, and this movie, like, and the cherry on top, the day before this release in August of 2015, Josh Trank tweeted out saying, "A year ago, I had a cut of Fantastic Four that was awesome, but too bad we'll never get to see this one." And he quickly deleted the tweet. And if that sums up this movie as a whole, if that doesn't sum up this movie as a whole, I have no idea what it is, because this movie is terrible. Like, over the years when like people hate on a movie, but they'll soften up on it years later. That has not happened with Fantastic Four. It has been a consistent basis that this movie has sucked for the last 10 years.
You're right on the nose with that.
Like, there's nothing else. Like, what do you think this movie is like? Kristen, I'll let you get into it. What is, first of all, did you see this in theaters? Because I saw this in theaters.
I did see this in theaters. This was just coming out in 2015. So I just finished like my first year of college.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so I was a freshman.
I was in sophomore year of high school.
Oh dang. Really selling our age here, man. But yeah, this was not good of a film, I should say. But yeah, I feel so bad for the people I brought to this movie, because we were just interested in seeing it. I was like, this, it's superhero. How as bad is this gonna be? No, it was bad. It was just so funny because I remember with the people I was with, we just kept saying the final line in the movie.
It's fantastic.
It's fantastic. And oh my God, just this movie was so boring. Like, I didn't remember it being this boring of a film. Like, I rewatch clips, of stuff. I'm a big clip person. Love my movie clips, love everything, love a good clip. But, getting to sit back down and rewatch this was like the biggest chore I've ever had to do. Like, I was really dreading it because I watched it today when I had some downtime, and I was like, wow, this is really bad. And my husband was actually going to watch it before we went to go see the new one. And now I don't actually want him to watch it because I don't want him to feel bad. It was enough that he rewatched. No, he not rewatched. He watched the 2006. I still know what you. I always know what you did last summer.
Oh no! Don't do this to him.
Saw that, so I can't torture him again. No. I need to be a good wife and just be like, maybe it's a good thing you're missing out, and maybe once I renew my Disney Plus subscription again, I will just say, here you go, hon. Here's your time to rewatch it. But no, this was so bad. Oh my God. Nothing happens in this film.
It's an
In
hour and 40
Fantastic
minutes of
Four.
nothing.
Hour and 40 minutes of nothing. And once something does happen, it's like at the last 20 minutes of the film. It's just wasted of Miles Teller being one of the most obnoxious people I've ever seen. And everything is his fault. Everything is his fault in this movie. Like everything. I know he wants to make a difference. He's like, I just want my work to make a difference. Yeah, but you made a difference in, screwing up your lives, Sue and, Ben and Johnny's lives, and, Victor Von Doom. So is there actually anybody who really likes this movie? If you like
No.
Fantastic Four, then 2015, that's fine. But I don't know anybody who really likes it.
This is the one movie where it's universally nobody likes.
Sitting at a 9% on Rotten Tomatoes and knowing that, like, yeah, nobody really likes it, it just makes sense to me. And so you watched the what was it? Oh my God, I can't say it. What's the movie with Ice Cube that just came out? War of the Worlds.
War of the Worlds.
Yes, that's sitting at like a 0% right now. Correct?
It went up by 4%.
Okay, so some reason the Fantastic Four has a higher Rotten Tomato score than War of the Worlds, but
actually, never mind. It dipped back down to 3%.
Okay, so there you go. But everything in this movie does not work. There's zero chemistry between everybody in this cast. If anything, it's all very forced. No wonder Kate Mara did not like working on this film. It's just I want to go back and hear your side of the story to the snack. You were a sophomore in high school. Take me back to that day when you saw it in theaters and your thoughts about it. Let me hear.
I was excited. I was excited for it because the Fantastic Four are some of my favorite comic book characters, like, of all time. And before the new one came out, it was always just a curse to try to get them adapted into a movie that's good. Like, the 2000 movies, they're not like perfect, but they're like wacky. But it's not like a Fantastic Four movie that could like really like be a Fantastic Four movie. And like, I was like, oh, I like Chronicle. And, Michael B. Jordan was up and coming. And I was like, oh, I like Miles Teller. He was in Project X and he just did Whiplash. And I was like, all right, cool. Like, this looks pretty interesting. And I think the one thing that got me was the marketing, because the trailers were really well edited. Especially that first teaser trailer.
Yeah.
Was pretty good.
I mean, it looks pretty solid for the most part.
Like, and the thing is like, oh, this looks like a darker interpretation, more mature version of the team. I'm like, okay, that could be interesting of what they want to do. And my mom came with me. I watched it, and I remember that day because American Ultra came out with Jesse Eisenberg and Kristen Stewart, and I was like, I kind of want to see that. And my mom was like, well, I'm here with you. I can take you to go see that, because you're under 18. I said, no, I still want to see Fantastic Four.
I mean, both films aren't that good either.
I would have rather watched American Ultra that day.
Yeah, I mean, American Ultra is better than Fantastic Four, but both films aren't that good either.
And I watched it and I was like, I just said, this is bad. And then I didn't rewatch it until COVID. So 2020 hit and Disney Plus just launched and they added the Fantastic Four movies on there. And I said, I'm going to rewatch this just to see if it's still bad. And I remember Joanna, I'm like, this is so boring. Like, oh my God, like there's really nothing happening until the end. And it's just,
well, thank God for 2015 because Michael B. Jordan came back swinging and punching in Creed.
Yeah, like, oh my Lord. Like, and the thing is that like he almost didn't come back. Like, imagine like this, he was like, I'm not doing any superhero movies. You never would have been Killmonger.
Yeah.
Like,
that's true.
Like, oh my God. And it was to the point where it's like, it's apparent that the best Fantastic Four movie was The Incredibles. Probably still is too.
Yeah.
It was just weird that they just could not, this just didn't land. And like it was more interesting to see the behind the scenes drama. That was the funniest part because I remember new stuff was coming in every single day. And then this film got marred by reshoots. I remember that. Like, apparently the first test screening they had, like with the executives, they said it was terrible. So I'm only imagining what like the first cut of this film was, because
I would be curious to see how that comes out, because remember we keep discussing it from time to time, a Josh Trank cut, how we're like, yeah, we deserve a Josh Trank cut to see what the original was.
yeah, but he came out and said that he didn't really shoot the footage that he wants, so that shit ain't never happening.
All right, so never mind. Throw that Josh Trank stuff. This is then his film then, and this is what he gave audiences, and it's not good.
Yep, and but the thing with this movie too, you gotta think about it, is that like people place the blame mostly on Josh Trank, and while he does bear some of the blame, I'm not saying he's 100% in the wrong here, because I'm gonna put a lot of the blame on Fox too.
Yeah, at the time it was Fox, because now 20th Century Fox is owned by Disney, so
Yeah, Fox did not know how to manage shit, because remember that photo that they took around this time with like the X-Men cast and Channing Tatum as Gambit, and they wanted to have them cross over with it. It was supposed to be like, this was supposed to help kick off like their shared universe with like because like we were a year away from Deadpool. I think the Gambit movie was still in development. Like we had just come off Days of Future Past. Like Fox was feeling themselves, and then this came out, and then it was miss after miss after miss.
Excuse me, I just sneezed. Sorry, I didn't mean to. I made a noise. Sorry, I didn't want it to mess up the audio.
No, you're good.
Okay, but yeah, miss after miss.
The only thing they had was Deadpool and Logan.
Yeah, and no wonder. And now they're all like, it doesn't even exist anymore. So now, it's Sony now that everybody has to worry about, making really bad slip ups, whatever Sony has left, if you think about it.
At least with Sony, like there's some consistency with the Spider-Man movie and the Spider-Verse. Like Fox Fox could not figure it out like at all. Like, how is it that like y'all started the X-Men, which is like X-Men 1 is generally a good comic book film, and X2 is awesome. You have Deadpool, you have Logan, and you just mess up with everything else. Like you butchered the X-Men, Apocalypse, Dark Phoenix, New Mutants, then Fantastic Four. You had 3 shots with it. You couldn't do it.
All right, going back to 2015, I mentioned Michael B. Jordan was in Creed. I want to acknowledge the other films that came out for 2015 for these actors. Miles Teller was also in the Divergent series Insurgent, and then Fantastic Four came out. So not a strong year.
What a good year for him.
Yeah, what a good year. Unfortunately, Jamie Bell just had Fantastic Four, but then this worked out in a way, because then he would go on to marry Kate Mara.
So he's the lucky one on all this. He's still waiting for that Tintin sequel. I want Tintin so bad.
Then we have Kate, who was really popping off in 2015 with, I think it looks like six or 5 films here. She had the heyday of Insensitive Bastards, Fantastic Four, Man Down, The Martian, and Captive. So
and she was also. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, so she was busy in 2015 promoting a lot of movies.
And she was also in a Comedy Central show that's actually pretty funny called Moonbeam City.
Oh, yeah. I'm seeing it right here. So I didn't check the television stuff, but Jamie Bell, it says, also was on a television show. That looks like it said it was from 2014 to 2017. I don't know if he was in that little 2015 part, but it says Washington Spies. Oh, he had a main role. I never heard of it or seen it. So, all right. So 2015, I will say the actors made a comeback, except for Josh Trank, because, he did Capote. I haven't seen
Capone. So I'm saying Capote.
Whatever.
It's Capone, damn it.
Capone. Oh yeah, I'm thinking of the Hopkins, Philip Seymour Hoffman movie. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Josh.
That's actually a better film, though.
Josh Trank, man, he started off well. Like I said, like the career of Josh Trank has to be studied, because he started off with Chronicle. Like I mentioned, it's a very unique take on the found footage genre, because it's a superhero movie essentially. I think he has the record for the youngest director at like 27 to have his film #1 at the box office, which is impressive. And Fox scooped him up. They said, hey, we want you to do Fantastic Four. He said, okay. And people forget at the same time that Kathleen Kennedy had him to do the Boba Fett spinoff film. Like he was supposed to do a Star Wars movie. But then everything that came out about this, he said he quit, or he left the project. But I think it's been kind of pretty much come to a conclusion that he was fired. And then he kind of went MIA for a bit after that. He wrote, directed Al Capone movie with Capone with Tom Hardy. That was a movie that came out during COVID.
I remember that.
And
That
then
was when we were just talking at the time too.
oh my god, yeah, I remember I watched that movie. I was so like, oh, he's gonna redeem himself, and then no, and then he's deleted his social media. I think that there's a review of Fantastic Four on his letterbox that went viral a few years ago.
Really? Do you have it? We should read it.
I gotta find it, and he's apparently doing a new movie. It's called Send a Scare. It's with Victoria Justice and Robbie Amell.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll watch it. I'm not a huge fan of Victoria Justice, but I'll hear.
Let's see. Is this it? Yep, this is it. This is the one.
All right, let's hear it.
Okay, so Josh Trank, like 4 years after it came out in 2019, he posted a review on Letterboxd. And
what did he have to say? I want to hear it.
He's still posting stuff on Letterboxd. I'm going to follow him right now.
I'm going to follow him too as we're talking about this.
So
this is like different. This is so different from like following like Sean Baker and Charlie XCX on like Letterboxd. This is like a whole nother level.
So it's rated. It's rated half a star. Actually, no, he rated it 2 stars. It says watch November 22nd, and this is the review from the director of Fantastic Four. Fantastic, huh? Okay, first of all, I thought it would be great if I searched FF 2015 and the shit wasn't even on here. Low key, I kind of was hoping it wasn't, but it was, and I'm here. Anyway, where to begin? The movie is all right. I was expecting it to be much worse than it was. I literally haven't seen the movie since 2 weeks before it came out, and I was in a heavily fucking traumatized state of mind. Why? Save that for another time. Anyway, movie review. Great cast. Everyone in the film is a great actor, and overall there is a movie in there somewhere, and that cast deserves to be in that movie. Everyone who worked on Fantastic or Fanforstic clearly wanted to be making that movie, but ultimately it wasn't. Did I make the movie they deserve to be in? To be honest, I can't tell. What I can tell is that there are 2 different movies in one movie competing to be that one. Is there a hashtag release the Trank cut? Doesn't matter. I'm not Zack Snyder. Zack Snyder is a storied, iconic, legendary filmmaker who's been knocking it out of the fucking park since I was in high school. Me, then, I was 29 years old, making my second film in a situation where more complicated than anything a second-time filmmaker should have walked into. That said, I don't regret any of it. It's part of me. And I hope Peyton Reed makes the next Fantastic Four and crushes it. And then I get a cameo. Anyway, that's it. Fantastic. And the comments are interesting. So these are recent comments. So there's one comment, two
I see it. I just came up on my end. Yeah, this is it. So it didn't get deleted. Okay, I need to like this.
Someone said, quoted, I was hoping it wasn't. And he says, why? Does something you don't like not get to exist? And then the same guy said, I personally enjoyed this more than the Tim Story ones. You had a unique vision. I wish we got to see it.
This is so good. I'm reading the comments for this. It's so good. I wish I came across it sooner.
Someone said, I wouldn't beat yourself up. I wouldn't beat yourself up this hard. You made one bad movie. Zack Snyder's made about 7 and counting.
Oh, Zack Snyder fans are gonna come after that commenter. Oh my god. Do you know what he gave 5 stars?
What?
Ernest Scared Stupid.
I did see that. I'm looking at his activity. That's the one that that's
the most questionable one.
His recent reviews. His recent reviews was in April. He reviewed Jennifer's Body. He gave it 5 stars. Let me look at his activity. Oh my god, this is it. This is okay. He hasn't done anything. He hasn't had any activity lately. But the films he's given 5 stars. He gave Red 1 0 stars. He gave Wicked 5 stars. I saw the TV Glow, Jennifer's Body, American.
It looks like he watched Red 1 too.
Yeah, he gave 0 stars. he gave Clueless 5 stars. He gave Street Fighter 5 stars. He's given Toy Soldiers 5 stars. He's given Commando 5-star. So interesting.
It seems like he'll review movies that he loves, which is fair. That's
fair, yeah.
fine.
So that's
review the movies that you love, but that's just funny. He just covers Fantastic Four, your own movie. He's got to just give 5 stars to Chronicle, which I think that would be really funny.
Well, so that's Josh Trank. He's on Letterboxd. Go find him.
Follow him. Send him our love. But yeah,
but he's deleted his social media. There are some old interviews with him, like in 2020, kind of like I like that he's like not bitter about it, because maybe there was something going on with it. And I think when the backtrack, you mentioned if anyone liked this movie, I've noticed kind of a growing thing saying like the first half of the movie is interesting, more with like the body horror element with it that he wanted to make the Fantastic Four. Because I will say, like, I did like the transformation scene. Like, that's the one interesting part of this movie, when they go to pretty much the negative zone, but it's the Planet Zero. I think them getting their powers is interesting because it did feel body horror-esque. And then coming back, you see Johnny on fire, Ben covered in rocks, you presume dead, and Reed is like crawling, and you look and see he's like a big stretch. He's stretched out. I was like, okay, that is actually good. But like, as soon as Reed escapes the facility, the second half of the movie just completely goes with a nosedive.
Yeah, I think the person that looks awful in this film is definitely still Miles Teller, but Toby Kebbell looked awful. Like, not
that's a crash test dummy.
It's amazing that he doesn't open his mouth. Like, he does look like a crash test dummy.
So go ahead.
No, go ahead.
So the funniest thing, there is some interesting behind the scenes facts that I got about this film. I did my research with this. I was very thorough. I'm like, with my notes. So Toby Kebbell said that wasn't him underneath the Doom mask. And he was pissed when they had the scene where they go back to the Planet Zero, and the guy doing the Doom movements was limping. And Toby Kebbell was like, I would have never done that as Doom. And like, he was never on set as Doom. He just provided the voice.
Okay.
The final fight was cut down heavily. And because there are some behind the scenes footage, like, of the green scene them fighting, because there's in one of the first trailers you saw Johnny like on the ground and Sue holding him. Johnny was gonna like push himself to the limit to try to kill Dr. Doom in like a more long drawn out fight. And they cut that out, and they did just reshoots. Originally the Fantastic Car was gonna be there, and that's the reason why Johnny was brought onto the team, because Johnny was a mechanic and would help Reed fix the Fantastic Car. Apparently an early version of it, Doom was going to be Silver Surfer, and Galactus was going to be the villain.
Well, 10 years later, we do get Silver Surfer and Galactus as the villain, except for Vector Von Doom. So,
and it
worked out in the end.
Yeah, and then of course, like you mentioned, the most infamous scene in this film that everyone knows. It's fantastic.
It's the most fantastic line of delivery we've ever gotten in a film. But I like the little fact that I didn't get to mention the one line I forgot. It's clobbering time, and then Jamie Bell, who like character, the Ben character, seen as like a kid, he gets beat up by his brother, and he goes, "It's clobbering contact," and I don't even think he says it. Like, even in the movie, like, I was trying to think back, like,
he did at the end.
He said it's clobbering time. Okay.
When he punched Doom into the beam, because this is the era when every movie had a sky beam as the like weapon. And it's like they're like, hey, Victor, it's clobbering time. It's clobbering time. I was like,
at least with the new one, it's clobbering time. It sounds really cute. And he's like, the character's like, I'm not gonna say it. And then they're like, say it. And the character says it. It's like cute in that form. This one, it just is like so.
It's out of nowhere.
It's just, it doesn't leave that lasting punch. You know?
It's weirder too, because like the one thing with the Fantastic Four that makes them work is that you care about the characters because they are a family. Like these 4 people are family. Like they of course
It's family.
Family, yeah.
Squeeze in Vin Diesel in there.
It's Johnny and Sue are like our brother and sister, but it's like a one big family. There's like no chemistry between them, especially between Miles Teller and Kate Mara. Oh my god, there's no.
That has some of the weakest love chemistry I've ever seen. If they wanted to flirt, it's not there. It's
then they try to squeeze in Victor, who instead of being like a wizard magician from Latveria, he's a hacker, and his name is just Victor Doom or Victor Vaughn. It's not Doom.
It's Victor Von Doom.
But like they didn't call him Doom in the movie. They didn't call him Doom because it's like his name is like Victor. Is it Victor Von Doom?
That's
Okay, I thought they changed.
Well, that's what IMDb says. So
okay, Victor Von Doom, and then like the nickname, how the doctor, because they're like Dr. Doom in this movie. They're like he's very like humanity. It doesn't deserve to go on because it wastes all the energy. And Kmart just says Dr. Doom over here. I was like, shut the fuck up.
That's funny.
And then Michael B. Jordan doesn't even say flame on.
No. Was there, I'm trying to think back, was there anything that was cut
from
the trailer that was not shown? Because I think there was.
The Thing's fight scene.
Yes.
So in the trailer, that because a lot of people started pointing it out, there's a scene where the Thing's dropping from the plane and it lands on like a Humvee. There was multiple fight scenes that were cut out with the Thing, and it's still in the movie, but it's when they cut a year later and they're discussing like the Thing's kill count. They're actually using footage from that was in the trailer of him fighting. But that was the one thing I remember got cut out. I know. Also, another funny thing with reshoots is that when they brought everyone back, you could tell Kate Mara had a terrible wig on. She cut her hair for another movie. It's like, oh shit.
Nobody cared. They were like, we're so done. I got other stuff to film. This movie is horrible. We want to move on.
Well, I'm reading is like they shot the movie in 2 months in Louisiana, and it so it went from May to July.
2 months. I feel like with the other Fantastic Four films, they went on longer. And 2 months is like nothing. That's like for like what? And then I feel like some other directors that are making a hero movie wish they had, And then like that's crazy. That's only 2 months.
Then they had to do reshoots in January over like freaking 7 months before the movie came out in August.
See, working on a film for like 7 months, like not just because of reshoots, but because you're just working on one film and not having to do the reshoots. Like that makes sense to me. Yeah, and this movie was humbly awarded with multiple golden raspberries. It won a golden raspberry for worst director and worst picture. I'm actually gonna see if I can find the worst. Let's see the nominees. What were the nominees that year?
All right, so 2015, the golden raspberry for the worst films. We have Pixels, Mall Cop 2, Jupiter Ascending, 50 Shades of Grey, Fantastic Four.
Competition was really tough that year.
Yeah, I wonder if anyone got a worst actor from this. No, I think that they realized the cast was
an ensemble award.
Yeah,
for worst cast.
But yep, that's Fantastic Four. They were gonna do a sequel.
Fantastic, quote unquote.
They were gonna do a sequel, and that shit didn't happen.
No, nobody cared. Nobody cared. Nobody asked for this in the way that people asked for it, but not in this form.
And remember, and don't forget, Tim Miller wanted to put this iteration of the team as a cameo in Deadpool 2. My mind blows of what they would have done. They probably would have brutally killed them off. Just say like, we're done with this.
Oh.
But yeah. So Kristen, final thoughts on the Fan Four Stick, because people don't even call it Fantastic Four. They just say Fan Four Stick because this shit's ass.
Oh, this gets an F on my scale. It was always going to be an F after I walked out of the theater, seeing it the first time, and even rewatching this again, it still deserves an F.
Now, I agree, it's an F too. But do you think, with the style of nostalgia coming around, do you think in another few years there are going to be some people that will go back and say that this movie wasn't that bad?
No.
I
No.
feel like that might be the case because people want to have an opinion and like they want to try to stand out from the norm, even if the opinion's like just blatantly wrong. I feel like given another 5 years, people are gonna be like, well, the Fantastic Four 2015 wasn't that bad. We just weren't ready for like you saw it in the comments. People are like, well, the first
people who are like Zack Snyder fans.
yeah, they're like, oh, well, the first half was good with the body horror. It's the second. That's what I'm seeing now. That people are going back and saying the first half of the movie is good with the body horror, and it's just the second half with the reshoots that suck.
No.
I'm like, that shouldn't be your basis for a movie. It's the whole. It shouldn't be like first half was pretty good. It was good, but then the second half was a fantastic misfire.
Like the thing is, for me, the movie's okay. I think if you have a good first half and then second half, whatever. But when you have the final product be all around bad, even if like the body horror isn't that good, it's just not good. It's like not good. It's just like all around. It's not good. I can't even defend any way around it, actually. As I'm trying to sit here, comment on what you're saying. I'm like, yeah, none of this is good. I'm trying so hard to find something nice to say about it, but I can't.
But listeners, what's your experience with Fan Four Stick? Do you think this movie is the worst of 2015? And do you think that it's the worst adaptation of the first family? But that's gonna do it for us. We got nothing. This movie is
what a fantastic episode.
Shut up. Shut the fuck up.
We're so done. We're so done.
I hate that shit so much, even though it is always like, it's fantastic. I was at work being like, say that again. It's fantastic. And like, I will say with that clip of that scene, the comments are funny. It's like, man, the squad's on a suicide mission. Say that again. Or like, man, this is an impossible mission. Say that again. Man, this dog is watching us. Say that again. But Kristen, what do we got coming up? We already said our next episode we're going to be talking about a good Fantastic Four movie being.
Yeah, we have one good Fantastic Four movie we're going to talk about next time.
First Step.
So yeah, for Fantastic Four First Steps, we're going to definitely be reviewing that as we wind down summer. We have some other surprises in store. Hopefully, Mac will get to see Weapons soon so we can discuss it.
Yes.
And because I hope you enjoy it. And we have some other stuff planned coming out for the fall. So please be sure to follow us. We do have some other fun stuff with filmmakers and interviews on the way. So please be sure to follow us on all of our social media and our Patreon.
Yes, Patreon in the link in the description. Remember, it's $1 a month and 7 days free trials. Give a shout out to our Patreons. We love you all. Thank you for supporting us on this crazy journey of life. Make sure to follow us on our Instagram page at M&K Productions Podcast.com. M&K Productions Podcast. And follow us on TalkTick. We got a TalkTick. Excited for the next episode. Links in the description to follow us. But until next time, I've been Mac. This has been Kristen, and you've been listening to another episode of the M&K Productions Podcast. Peace.
Bye.
It's fantastic.